Hello, hello. You all right?
Okay, it just started making noises.
Well, yeah, you have an iPhone, you switch the side and you turn the mute button over there.
No, it is off. But
now, how does your phone make sound? I'm sorry, you're watching Ask Frank Live, and I'm asking Kira questions so that we can share this with you and all of our other friends. We want you to watch us on Mountain Fun Life, of course, every time we do one of these gigs. So let's see, right post, Frank Murphy, check in, Mountain Fun Life, check post. And that's one. Send that to the page, and now we'll do one to the friends. Right post, tap to change, news feed, check in, Mountain Fun Life, add friends, tag friends, Kira Cup.
What?
Boom. And I guess we'll do it tag Bob because he's here. Bob Denny, the boss, is watching us, so we'll put him on there as well. And you can do the same thing, everybody at home, as you share this great show with your friends, because today on this very program, this Ask Frank program, you can win prizes. You can win 4 tickets, 4 of the kind of tickets that we offer you for sale via our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals at 865-978-1152. We've taken 4 of those, taken them off sale to give them away for free today. And Kira, would you hold up the tickets for us, please?
Isn't that nice?
Look at those.
They're so nice, and they're shiny too. Look at them glisten.
These are for the Red Skelton Tribute Show in Pigeon Forge, a show that was in Las Vegas for many years and now has been in Pigeon Forge, I think, for about 4 years or so. And we're going to have Freddie the Freeloader, one of the many characters originated by Red Skelton and now portrayed in Pigeon Forge, as our guest on the show today. And the way to win the tickets is super simple. You just do like Julie Smith has done, and you pop in and ask us a question, and then I have to hit that. I can't, that's not working. What am I doing wrong?
Maybe refresh it.
All right. And then...
Oh, you just don't have the magic touch like me.
Well, this is so true. My hands are so dry that touch screens ignore them. I will be tapping on things. I'll be trying to unlock my phone with my passcode. I'll try to use my fingerprint, and it's like, we don't know you.
Maybe you
we
just
don't,
have
we
really
don't know
dry.
you, Sahara Desert hands.
Are you a ghost?
Well, my hands are either too dry so that I can't do this stuff, or when I moisturize them, they're too wet and it doesn't recognize my fingerprint.
Oh, well, I'll get you some hand lotion for Christmas.
All right. Well, thank you. I
You're
like the kind that
welcome.
is called udder. It's like a cow, and it's like
yeah.
utterly something. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it's...
Yeah,
Moodlish.
utterly smooth. That's what I like. Well, anyhow, so I want to tell you, so that's important, but I also want to mention and thank our friend Bob Bell, who's a radio disc jockey. Well, not even a disc jockey. He's a talk show host. I guess he used to be a DJ in the old days in Sevierville on WSEV. But now he's preaching the good word over at Joy 620, WRJZ. And he invited me on this morning to talk specifically about Mountain Fun Life.
Ooh.
So on the show for 45 minutes, and we did all the usual stuff. We did the Andy Griffith trivia. We did some other stuff, a Facebook Live with him. And while I'm there, Bob asked me about the program. I said, well, it's called Ask Frank Live. And we've got Morning in the Mountains at 9 o'clock. And then we do, today specifically, we'll do Ask Frank Live around 10. And so far in the history of Ask Frank Live, only one person has asked me a question. Usually it's none. I start to say, no one's ever asked me a question. I said, wait.
Oh, well...
That one time when someone asked me, hey, what's your favorite thing about winter? And I hate winter. Everyone knows I hate winter. So I had to answer truthfully the end of it because I don't care for the... Usually it's none. I start to say... Oh, are you going to make a comment?
No.
Because I said that most of the comments, most of the entries that we get to win the tickets to the Red Skelton Tribute Show or the Ober-Gatlinburg tickets or what we had last week was the Cherokee Caverns, most of the comments we get are, hello, Kira, or hello, Kira, dear, or hi, Kira. That's, I'd say, the overwhelming majority of the comments in the course of this show. We've been doing it for a couple months now. 95% of the comments have been, hi, Kira, hello, Kira.
Oh, but look at that. A question for Frank.
What, really? There's a question
Yeah,
for
there
Frank?
is.
What does it say, Kira? Is it on the screen? I don't see it. There it is, yeah.
I don't know
Frank, what are you getting me for Christmas? Well, I don't know. It's under here. So I have it.
You actually got me something?
Yes, I did. And but I'm supposed to save it for the end of the show.
Aw.
So that's a good tease because now I've destroyed the wrapping. But I will save that for the end of the show.
Okay, I'll be patient.
Oh man, my wife is going to be so mad because I made her get up and wrap this for me. so I have to. Oh man, she said, "Be careful with the wrapping." The double. Oh no, I have destroyed it. All right, I'm going to get back to that later. But yes, I got
Okay.
you that for Christmas.
Oh, well, thank you. I can't wait to open it.
Right. So there you go. And we have a couple of other comments. Here's someone who says what?
Yeah.
She says, I enjoy watching Mountain Fun Live.
And who's that? Oh, Jerry Ritchie.
Yeah.
Well, these are people who clearly would love to go. In fact, I see another comment from Jerry saying she would love to go to the Red Skelton Tribute Show in Pigeon Forge. And I know you've been there.
I have.
You've done a video.
I loved it there. I love all the little artifacts around about Red Skelton, all the photos, and it just takes you back in time. I really love it.
And you pronounced his name correctly also. It seems like when we first started this show, back in June, I mean, not this show, but Morning in the Mountains back in June. This is coming up on our 6-month
Yes.
anniversary of that show, or our 6-month anniversary. Somebody we had
It was
on the
me.
panel,
I said Red Skeleton.
and I thought it was hilarious. It was one of my favorite moments. So if we have a Christmas party, we should find that and show it.
We should.
Because I did all of the femur jokes that I had. I was pulling out, the clavicles and you name it, the tibias, the fibias. I went through there's 206 bones in the human body, and I went through a whole bunch of them.
It's a lot of bones. Hey, look, somebody's asked you a question other than me.
Someone's asked me a question?
Yes.
I'll see if I know the answer.
Mary Jane said, hi, Frank. Is the show something we can go to after Christmas?
Yes, in fact, I think you have to go after Christmas. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the only option because we'll get when we introduce our guest in just a few seconds. I believe he's headed out west to do a couple of shows around elsewhere in the country. So
Starting January.
we'll check that. I hear our friend Freddie the Freeloader is here freeloading on our host chat segment. So why don't we just bring him in?
Hi, how are you?
Why don't we just go
Hi, how are
ahead
you?
and
I'm
welcome
doing wonderful.
in?
Good to see you. Good to
Welcome.
see you.
Happy to
Welcome.
have you.
Thank you. Thank you for
I
having
want a
me
handshake.
here. Yes.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
So Freddie the Freeloader,
Yes.
you're one of you're a Red Skelton creation.
Yes, I am.
If there were no Red Skelton, there would be no Freddie the Freeloader.
Well, there's a lot of Freddie the Freeloaders out there. But most of them are in Washington. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
The funny thing is
yeah.
that same joke worked in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. That joke is never spoiled.
Yes.
It's an eternal joke.
It'll go on as long as there's people in Congress. That joke will go on.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, tell us, Freddie the Freeloader,
Yeah.
who are some of your brothers in comedy who appear at the Red Skelton Tribute Theater in Pigeon Forge?
There'd be the good Clem Cadiddlehopper. He'll be there. Gertrude and Heathcliff will be there.
They are seagulls.
Yeah, they are
Gertrude and
seagulls. They
they're
fly in
seagulls.
every so often for the
Yeah.
show.
Seagulls.
Yeah, seagulls.
So,
And they fly over the sea. Do you know why?
why do they?
Because if they flew over a bay, they'd be called bagels. But that's just an old joke, too.
Now, speaking of jokes, we have a video of you actually pantomiming.
Nice.
And it's of you sizzling like a piece of bacon.
It's a well-requested bit. Yes.
Well, here's someone who's having bypass surgery, so we can watch. She would enjoy the bacon.
I
Oh,
think she
absolutely.
would.
You
Yes.
have to have bacon for bypass.
All right, but go ahead. Let's see the video.
Yes.
Speaking of those places, though, I used to do some really crazy pantomimes back in the day, like crack open an egg and I'd be the yolk. Yeah. But the other one that I still get requests for to this day is the old vaudeville bit of a piece of bacon frying on a hot griddle. So now, for your viewing pleasure, I would like to do for you this old pantomime of a piece of bacon on a hot griddle. Aren't you glad you got front row now? There you go, that's the show. Thanks for coming out. Good night.
That's silly stuff, isn't it?
And who doesn't love bacon?
Yes.
Oh, Kira.
Well, I don't love
Besides
it.
Kira.
But I loved that piece. That was hilarious.
There's vegetarian bacon. I'm sure it tastes terrible.
I'm sure it does.
It's actually pretty good. I've had it
Really?
before.
Well, compared to
Boy.
never having any other kind of bacon, yeah.
Yeah. It's
right.
kind of salty.
Yeah, that would
So
make
it's real
sense.
bacon.
Yeah.
It is.
That was really funny.
That was more corny
really
than
was.
salty.
So in that in that skit, we saw the character of Red Skelton. When you
Yes,
see the tuxedo, and
Yes.
that's how Red would come on
yes.
and do his show opens, and then he'd go behind the curtain and come out as
Freddie or Clam or
Yeah.
And next year, since it's a political year, we're bringing in San Fernando Red.
oh.
San Fernando Red, the not so honest politician.
Now we
That
have.
hasn't changed from the 50s either.
Oh goodness.
No, we had this question on the
Yes.
screen a moment ago. I think we can put it back up. It's this one. How much does it cost for children to see the show?
Children 12 and under are free.
No kidding.
F-R-E-E.
And obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
we all remember Red Skelton
Yeah.
from the 50s and 60s, so we know it was family-friendly entertainment
Very.
just by definition.
Yes, very family friendly. Kids are always free, 12 and under. Teenagers, we have a special rate, just $14. But we love to
I
have
would
the
charge
kids
more
come
for
out.
teenagers just to make sure they
Sure.
behave themselves.
Yeah, actually, for the most part, if I can get them to put a phone down, they have a good time. Yeah, I have to text them some of the jokes.
Well, can you tell me
They send me back an LOL.
some of the history of how Pigeon Forge got the tribute theater in Pigeon Forge? How did Red Skelton's Tribute Theater end up here after years of a successful run in Las Vegas?
Divine intervention.
Or was there somewhere before Vegas? I mean, how did it all...
I started doing this in Vegas, and then all the doors got closed. And we know when one door closes, another one opens, but
Yeah.
that hallway was 2,000 miles. And
It's a long hallway.
it was. So we came here and thought this would be a great home for Freddie.
Yeah.
Yes, so,
And now 4 years, is that right?
well, I'm actually 5 years
Wonderful.
fully and starting in on my 6th year.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And then the Red Skelton estate came in and said, you know what, it's okay to call it the Red Skelton Tribute Theater. So they came in, Mrs. Skelton
But
came
before
in.
that, you called it something
It
else?
was the Rocky Top Theater, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and this one, when Kira visited you, I remember hearing this
Yes.
conversation about. So tell me more about the Red Skelton estate.
It's run by Mrs. Skelton.
She's still with us.
She's still with us.
Oh, my goodness.
I won't tell you how old she is, but...
Well, it tells me that Red married somebody younger, is what
He
it tells me.
did. It was, he kept trading up for a newer model. It's kind of like what you do with a car. But he married her in the early 70s. She was 24 years younger than him. So she is in her 80s.
Yeah.
And very lively, very, very well done. And,
Yeah.
and classy lady come out and
Where
cut
does
the
she
ribbon.
live?
She lives out in Southern California.
Okay.
They still have their 600-acre horse ranch.
No kidding.
Wow.
But so if you want to buy that, it's only 5.9 mil. And I don't get any commission off that either. But it is for sale. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Excellent.
It's like 12 or 13 buildings on the property, 600 acres, indoor arena for training horses.
And a lot of those places out west, the Bob Hope estate, I believe, is being sold off in Toluca Lake. And where in Southern California was Red's place?
Rancho Mirage.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So-
So then, and Red originally is from the Midwest, I think.
Vincennes, Indiana.
Yes,
Yes.
right.
One of the oldest cities in America. 50 years older than the United States.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
A lot of history there.
And so tell us about how did Red himself, the original Red, get out of Indiana and become an international celebrity?
A Steamboat, I think, is what the first
That
one
would make
was.
sense.
Yeah.
He was on Steamboat Willie, right?
Yeah.
That
he actually
cartoon.
got he actually got tossed off the steamboat for getting a little fresh with the captain's daughter.
Ooh.
Yeah. Left him sitting high and dry on the road, not really dry. He was soaking wet, and that's all he had was
That's
the clothes
real.
on his back. That's real.
Wow.
That's real. He got thrown
this
off
is-
the steamboat. Yes.
That's a real wow.
He was performing on there, but he got fresh with the captain's daughter, and he just picked him up and threw him overboard.
See, I thought that was just a joke.
No, it's a fact. And then somebody had seen what he'd been doing, and said, I have a traveling medicine show. Why don't you come work for me? And he started in there. And eventually he started working for the Hagenbeck and Wallace Circus, which is what his father worked for. He was a clown too. So.
Now, I heard him, Red, talk about the traveling medicine show. I was looking on YouTube and found videos of you, but I also found a video of Red with Johnny Carson, who was a writer before Johnny Carson was Johnny Carson.
Yes.
He was a comedy writer on the Red Skelton show.
Yeah.
And Red was talking about that traveling medicine show.
Yep.
And he said basically it was a platform. You got up there and you did a show and then you sold the product.
Yeah.
And which nowadays they call television.
Exactly.
I loved it.
Exactly.
We have
That's
a
exactly what it is.
question from Wayne Freeman. How long does the show last?
Until people quit coming. No.
I think he means
That's
how
a
long,
problem in this town.
I think he means how long does one performance last.
It's about 100 minutes. It's about a 100-minute show. And it's your classic Red Skelton jokes and routines, the pantomimes, the skits, all the good fun stuff.
For those of you who are math challenged, that's more than an hour and a half, but less than 2 hours.
There you go. There you go. And if nobody laughs for done in an hour, it becomes a documentary.
Now, you've got some fun neighbors over there.
Yeah.
I believe, didn't Cooter's place move in close to you?
Cooter's moved in real close, so every so often we hear the ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
And by every so often, you mean?
Yeah, about every 5 minutes when somebody
Right.
walks by the car and pushes the horn. It's sitting out in front, old General Lee.
And also, I think our friends from Micro Wrestling are over in that
They're
neighborhood.
down there. They're on hiatus until spring.
Right.
But they
They're
are
traveling,
down
I
there.
think,
Yes.
or something.
Yes,
yeah.
they are. Yeah, they put on shows all across America.
Now, you,
Yeah.
Freddie the Freeloader, will also be doing some traveling
Yes,
during
I'll
this
hop the
winter
rail.
break.
Yes, I will be heading back to Las Vegas, where I came from, doing shows out there, and then also in Arizona. And then I'll be visiting with Red Skelton's niece. And you should see the look on people's faces when she calls me her uncle.
Really?
Yeah, she's 83.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and then when do you come back to Pigeon Forge to resume the 2020 season? Or start
February
the-
11th. February 11th will be the start.
So-
They can use these up until now, up until December 28th.
Oh, okay. So you're doing
Yeah.
shows this
I
week.
am doing shows this week. I will
right.
not be doing shows Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
That would make sense.
But all the rest of that time, December 28th is the last show for this year. We do afternoons on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 2.
Nice.
And then evenings at Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday at 8. So
excellent.
the afternoon shows are for the seniors who like that late night afternoon show.
And I'm sure all this is on your website, right?
It is. It's on the
Also, can you
website.
show
If
us?
you go to
We've got-
RedSkeltonComedyShow.com.
Here at Mountain Fun Life, we've got all the technical bells and
yeah.
whistles.
We sure
Red
do.
Skelton Tribute Theater, there is a link that talks about the different shows. And there's the Patty Wyzak show that also goes on in my theater. She's on hiatus until April.
Say that again. The Patty.
Patty Wyzak.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wyzak.
Wyzak.
Is that, what does she play, violin, it looks like? Or
Well,
tell
she
me
can
more.
play violin, she can play trumpet, she can play saxophone, she can play the fiddle, she can play the guitar. She
Oh
can,
my goodness.
Yeah. Do you know the difference between a violin and a fiddle? With the fiddle, there's a little more fooling around.
That's good. I was going to say the price, but that's a better answer. Very nice.
Now remember, in order to win these tickets, all you have to do is comment, and you may be the lucky winner whose name gets selected
Yes.
to win the tickets.
So as Mary Jane asked, yes, you can use these after Christmas if you wait till February.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you've got technically until December 28th.
Yes.
And you could pick them up here at Mountain Fun Life, the same as if you bought one of our no-hassle Mountain Fun Life best deals. I was explaining this when I talked about you coming in, Freddie the Freeloader,
Yes.
on the radio this morning with Bob Bell. I said, you know how you normally have to sit through the whole timeshare presentation? And he grimaced. He said he got SeaWorld tickets one year, but it cost him 3 hours of a timeshare. I said, we at Mountain Fun Life do not have time for that. We want you to come, get the tickets, and get out because we've got another show to make. That's it. There's no hassle. You can pick them up, or they can talk to our concierge service at 865-978-1152 and help us save you money on tickets. So yes, you could come get these this week or tomorrow, or we've got some limited hours next week. If you wanted to, over your Christmas break, go see Freddie the Freeloader and the rest of the Red Skelton characters on
Love to have
the 26th, 27th, or 28th.
Yes, yes.
That's outstanding.
And look, you can take yourself, you can take your mom, you can take your dad, you can take your friend,
And if you really love it, you can go alone 4 times.
or
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
That way you'll get all the jokes by the time you're done.
Now, what are we looking at on your website?
This
then?
is actually the calendar for the last part of the year.
Okay.
We've got tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Monday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Well, all right, so that's easy to find. And give us the URL, please.
It's the RedSkeltonTributeTheater.com. That's
right.
RedSkeltonTributeTheater.com.
Now, Freddie, let me ask you a question about this man, Brian, who you work with closely.
He's a shyster.
Shyster.
At what point in Brian's life did he discover that he bore a strong resemblance to Red Skelton and should pursue a career promoting the legendary Red Skelton?
When I woke up at 2 a.m. in a gutter. No.
In that gutter. Now we have another question for Mary Jane.
Well, if you win, Marion, you can
Yeah.
go ahead and put that through.
Yeah.
Marion, if you win the tickets, we're not saying you have yet because you would pick them up in the same way as if you purchased them from us. You could either come in person to our offices in Pigeon Forge during business hours, or we would get your address via direct message and we would send them to you. But if you wanted to use them before the Christmas, the New Year break, before you go out west for January, then you probably would want to come in and get them in person.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
But yeah,
but go ahead. So Brian
Yeah.
is at one point. Where's Brian from?
Brian is from North Dakota.
Oh, that's a good place.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a good
North
place to be
Dakota.
from.
Well, in the summer, we go to Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It is.
And Fargo is fun because when you
Yes.
go to the Fargo Visitor Center, they have props from the movie Fargo, like
That's
the wood
cool.
chipper.
Which
That
is
sounds nice.
crazy because that whole movie took place in Minnesota.
Across the line of Brainerd. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't get it. I don't get it.
But anyway, North
yeah.
Carolina is a jewel. Everyone goes to South Dakota. North Dakota is a jewel. Everyone loves to go to South Dakota because of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But I went through the long way, and I spent 4th of July in Bismarck.
Wow, nice.
I-
You ever been to
I travel.
Medora?
I like to
Have
travel.
you been to Medora?
I don't know. I would have to look at the map. 'Cause
It's
we
in
did it
the-
all in 2 days,
Yeah,
1 or 2 days.
It's the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. It's where the
Oh.
musical is, and they have entertainment. And
Well, we went through the park, and then I had a bison burger. Sorry, Kira.
Yeah.
At this little town at the exit of the park.
it was a vegan bison, though.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
the bison only ate grass, and then I ate it.
That doesn't count.
Why not?
Because, like, you're
This
still eating
beautiful
meat.
animal has found a way to convert all of that prairie grassland into a compact source of protein for me.
Yes, yes, and it's a wonderful burger.
All right, so Brian's from North Dakota.
Yep.
He decides that someone tells him.
It did. There was several people, and they just kept insisting. I started a comedy career in the early '90s, and as I perfected my shtick, that's when they come up and tell me I reminded them of Red.
Yeah.
So I would just say, no, I don't.
You obviously were familiar with Red. You knew his act a little
Well, I
bit.
knew of him. You know, I was 10 when they took him off the air.
Okay.
So it
And
was
when was
hard
that?
to. That was in 1971.
All right. Then you and I are the same age, it turns
Yeah.
out, because I have a memory of doing a Christmas pageant at school.
Yeah.
And we're waiting. I'm the shepherd, and we're waiting to go on to be shepherds and be in the
Yes.
pageant, right?
Yes.
And we're in one of the classrooms, and the teacher has the TV on in the classroom, and the person on the screen of the TV before we were ushered out to be shepherds was Red Skelton doing his Christmas special.
Oh, nice.
And I'll never forget that because I was terrified of messing up my shepherding.
Yes.
The shepherding was fine. It was the singing that I was worried about.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor little baby Frank.
But that's my memory of
Wow.
Red doing the Christmas special, and that had to have been in that time before '71. It had to have been.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's when he was off the air.
Last for his show, he'd come back and do a couple of Christmas specials. He did one in '76 and another one in '79 with Bob Hope.
Oh, see, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I will watch those on Amazon Prime or
Yeah.
even on YouTube if I
Yeah.
can.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
bring
outstanding.
box of Kleenex.
Oh, why is it
Watching the
sad?
those Christmas specials. Yeah.
I guess I'm just jaded. I don't find them sad.
Really?
No, I love them. I
Wow.
mean, even Judy Garland at her worst, I still watch that.
Well, yeah. But no, it's just the emotions that it brings up. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
yeah, that's all. You know, the one where the kids are, Freddie gets a meal and the kids are outside that are hungry and homeless.
Oh,
and,
all right.
And then he brings them in and
See, that's
shares his
lovely.
meal.
Aw.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
was a good person.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
excellent.
he didn't have much, but he gave you whatever he had. I ain't got much.
But you'll give us entertainment.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
At the Red
I'll give you
Skelton Theater in
laughter.
Pigeon Forge. There's no doubt
And
about
good
that.
memories, good memories.
Yeah.
Or even
So-
new ones.
So as someone who was that much younger than Red,
Yeah.
you studied up, obviously. Oh, that's good. It's okay. You left your phone in the car so that wouldn't happen. We made you bring it in.
And I thought I had everything down.
We forced you to bring it in, so we take full responsibility for for any sounds that you make over there.
I thought I turned everything down, but
No,
I
totally
missed
cool.
that one.
It's cool. Don't even worry about it.
Gosh, that
I'll
was
put mine
silly.
down on the shelf in case it vibrates. Come to think of it, now that I. Oh, did I just drop Kira's? I just dropped
There,
your Christmas
that's
present.
a good place for it right there.
Frank.
I hope it didn't break. Anyhow, so
Can't take back live, can you?
after Red's showing off the air, you said he did those Christmas specials.
Yeah.
But did he turn up on other things like maybe the Dean Martin roasts or?
He did have one as Willie Lump Lump came through the green door on a Dean Martin, one of his Dean Martin shows. I don't recall him being on any of the roasts.
I guess it was
that
more
I could
Red
find.
Buttons who was on.
Yeah,
the
Red
Skelton.
Buttons. Yeah, he never got a dinner.
Oh, and do you hear a lot of Red Buttons comments? Because sometimes people
they
of a
confuse
certain
him.
age will
And
get
the other
confused.
thing, and they'll also confuse Crazy Guggenheim, who was on the Jackie Gleason show.
Okay, my parents and grandparents used to talk about that character,
Yes.
and I don't. Who played that?
Frank Fontaine,
Oh wow,
a great singer.
yeah.
But he was a drunk on the Jackie Gleason show.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
Crazy
pretty-
Guggenheim.
Crazy Guggenheim, yeah.
Because Jackie Gleason, I guess that was the bit back in those days, is you'd have a variety show, you'd be a star, like a Jackie Gleason or a Red Skelton, but then you would come on as a character.
Yeah.
And Jackie Gleason used to be somebody, the bartender.
Joe.
And then he would be the poor soul who wouldn't speak.
Yeah.
But it was kind of the sad sack guy.
Yeah.
And this is how the show. And then one of his characters, of course, took off. It was the bus driver from Brooklyn, Ralph Cramden, who became they had a whole show of that.
Yeah, the Honeymooners.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So, yeah.
So I grew up in an era when those shows were long gone, but in the New York area, there were so many TV stations. You hear about it if you lived in Vincennes, Indiana, or maybe in Pigeon Forge,
Yeah.
and there were only the 3 TV stations. Well, we had like 6 in New York because you had the 3 network affiliates, and then you had 3 independent stations, and then that's 6 right there, and then PBS was 7. Just over the air, we had 7 channels, and there was so much time to fill that I remember Channel 5 and Channel 11 would run all of those old black and white shows, and I got caught up on a bunch of them in my childhood.
Yeah.
The
7 channels.
it seemed like so many.
It did back then. Yeah.
Now you've got
nowadays.
thousands.
Yeah.
Yes, there was always something on. I tend to watch more on YouTube, which is what I've been doing to study up on the Red Skelton tribute show in Pigeon Forge. For example, the video of Kira visiting you is on
Yes,
there.
that was very nice, and it was a great day, and and there'll be more memorabilia next year. I have a whole bunch that's been donated to me that I haven't had a chance.
Would you tell us
Nice.
more?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's his artwork. Red was an artist. He painted, and it's a lot of that. I do have some of his clothing that he wore.
Wow.
I'll have that on display. I've got some of that now, but I even have more backstage.
It's pretty awesome, by the way.
coloring
There's
book.
zero pressure to keep this coat clean.
There is. It
It's never
hasn't
gonna
been
cost
washed
you-
in 20 years.
You never have to pay anything to have it dry
And it
cleaned.
smells like it too. No. Why do you think she's sitting so far away? This was pretty pristine when I got it, and I
So
had
that's
to beat
not
it up.
one of Red's old coats. That's
No,
one that you
it's
found
one
in
that
your-
I have created.
But tell me more about the memorabilia of Red's clothing and
His clothing, his artwork, painting. I've got figurines. I've got one of his wristwatches that he had with his face on it. They made 500 wristwatches.
and you got one that was his personal.
Well, yeah, it was actually given to me by one of Red's friends.
Oh, that's
So
outstanding.
yeah, so it's on display. It's running. It's keeping time. Yeah.
Nice.
When I was
Yeah.
at the theater, I saw something that Miss Skelton had given you. What was that?
Well, there were several different things. She's given me one of Red's hand sketch of a frogs because of the frog poem that I do. And
That's cool.
She said I do such a great job. She wanted me to have that. She also gave me an autograph photo of her in red that says "You doed it."
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, yes.
So she's found a great way to clear out the clutter.
She has. She sent me one of Red's jackets that was given to him by Caesar's Palace. She calls it clutter. I'm looking at it as a treasure.
Yeah.
Somebody that was just at my theater show gave me, he'd met Red in the 70s, and Red gave him a cigar, and he still had it, so he sent it to me.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the cigar for a moment.
Yeah.
Kira, I was watching, as I mentioned, a Johnny Carson interview with Red Skelton. And they must have done 2, 3, 5, maybe 5 minutes on the cigars.
Yeah.
Now, this was all new to me. I didn't understand this relationship. I'm going to think of George Burns as the comedian who held a cigar, Groucho Marx as the comedian who held a cigar. So there's two huge comedians of the era, a little bit before Red Skelton.
Yeah.
They would have come up in the early days of the teens and the 20s and the 30s, and then hit it big in the 40s and 50s. So Red's after that, 50s, 60s, 70s. But he had a cigar.
Yeah.
But he never smoked it.
Nope. Just hung on to it.
Explain that. Why was that a thing?
It was like a comfort, a pacifier. He was doing shticks back in vaudeville where the cigar was popular to have, but he had a fake one, and somebody said, "Why don't you start using a real one?"
Yeah, before the fake cigar, he said he used a corn cob as his prop.
Yeah. So it was just a prop, something to have, and he always had one on. And I do have some here. I got them. Yes, I've got
These are
some.
not the expensive one that he had on the Tonight Show.
No.
That was
no.
big
Oh,
money.
boy, look at that.
Ooh, money.
That's just
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a sardine can. Oh, he's got smoked cigars. Of course, Freddie the Freeloader would have used cigars.
Well, I didn't know they came any other way. Boy, this one's in there pretty good, too. This was a good one. It wasn't raining this morning. Look at that.
Are they flavored?
That's what they did with those old Army blankets.
Freddie the Freeloader.
Smells like a vegan bacon.
Now there's no meat in that, Karen. You can smoke
you
it.
want to smoke it? Go ahead, you can smell it.
Smells like tobacco.
Well, this was tobacco country. You know, we're living in an area that was that grew a lot of tobacco back in the day.
This was actually hand rolled in Las Vegas. I've had this one for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, it's.
You know, the character of Freddie the Freeloader also reminds me of there's a certain type of clown, and I know I wish I could remember them all. There's one is Auguste, which I don't think is this. That's the all white face maybe.
Yeah.
But the one that I'm thinking of is Emmett Kelly.
Yes, which is a hobo type clown.
Hobo clown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Emmett Kelly would do, when I was a kid, we were not afraid of clowns because clowns were constantly on television. Bozo would be on every day. You weren't afraid of Bozo. You love Bozo. Emmett Kelly would come on and do the commercials for High C, which was children's. I mean, it still is high. It's still just a drink.
Fruit drink. Yeah.
And he would go out there with his broom and pretend and sweep the spotlight, and that was the whole commercial.
Yeah.
Really?
I think, and they would say High C.
I like High C.
His face was on the can. He was so big.
That's really cool.
And that's who I'm reminded of, right?
Yes, it's a hobo-esque type clown. I even have some Emmett Kelly stuff on display in my theater.
No kidding.
Yeah, Freddie and Emmett were friends.
I bet.
Weary Willie was his clown name.
Weary Willie?
Weary Willie, and he never spoke either.
Was Emmett Kelly's clown?
Yes.
So I didn't realize that. I thought it was just Emmett Kelly.
No,
Oh.
Weary Willie.
Interesting.
He was sad.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you've had a lot of experiences with a lot of different people coming in to watch you. What's your most heartwarming story that you have?
Just the ones where they tell me how they can just remember snuggling up to mom and dad sitting on the lap watching. All being a family, you know, rather than nowadays with all this other stuff that we've got going on that, you know, you go into any restaurant nowadays and nobody's even looking at one another. They're just all looking at their own phone. Back then you had that eye-to-eye contact and you had that warmth and the memories and that special time that you just kind of bonded, and that's with the majority of them. Or the ones that come in, I like it when the 30-year-olds show up, and I'm like, how did you find out about this? And they said, well, I used to watch you with Grandma and Grandpa.
When
they were like
30-year-old?
5-year-olds, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then they'll introduce their kids. So it is happening more and more, but it would be nice to even have it happen more. Go back to these simple times.
And is that
simple
why
values.
Kids are free to introduce them to the...
Exactly, and I figure parents, they struggle hard enough the way it is, rather than paying $20 or $30 for, you know, if they got 4 or 5-year-olds, you know, whatever, if they had quadruplets.
My daughter has 3 kids under 4 now, under 5. So
yeah, that gets expensive.
Yeah.
So I get it. Let them come watch. I love hearing the kids giggle just as much as mom and dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. Yeah, because it's the silly humor they get, the visuals, the facials, the pratfalls, everything.
And it's clean humor too.
You're not embarrassed. You don't have to try to explain something afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll mention though, if you do have that issue where everyone's at the dinner table looking at their phones, I've seen a few of my friends are getting cell phone cages for the dinner table.
Yeah, there you go.
And a couple of my teacher friends are getting this as well.
Yeah.
Like for the drama department, everyone's got to put their phone in the cage while we're doing theater practice or drama practice, because you have to be focused and be in the moment. And if you're at dinner, same thing. You just got this little cage and you stack everybody's phone in there and you lock it. Mom hangs on to the key until after dinner.
There you go.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Now we were very good. I would like to point out that Kira and I put ours away, because we've got company over.
Problem is, I left mine out and it started talking.
That again, we take responsibility because we're hoping that maybe you're a fan of the Red Skelton Facebook page.
Yes.
What's it actually called? The page.
There is a Red Skelton Tribute Theater is one of them.
That's the name of the page. So like that.
Yeah, and then there is Brian Red Skelton Hoffman. That's my personal.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So. That's in there too, and there's even a Red Skelton fan page of the original Red Skelton that somebody created, made, got all these fans, and then gave it to me and said, "You're the administrator."
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay."
That's probably. I mean, there's got to be a ton of people on that one.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
it is,
Fantastic.
and then every year in Vincennes we have a festival. So if you're up in the neighborhood, it's going to be July 17th and 18th of next year.
That is
And we'll
excellent.
celebrate Red's life, his legacy, his laughter. We have a clown parade. It's a lot of fun.
You know what would also be cool? A buddy of mine promotes the Comedy Museum in Jamestown, New York.
Oh, okay.
Which is Lucille Ball's
Yes,
hometown.
it is.
And that comedy festival has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger
Yeah.
every year. I bet they would love to have you one of these
I'd
years.
love to do it. I'd
Yeah.
love to do it. Absolutely.
I'll
That's
give you his
usually in
name and
August.
number
Okay.
after we're done.
All right. Sounds
That's
good.
you, Jeff Abraham, and Jonas Public Relations in Los Angeles. I'm talking about you.
How about that? Los Angeles.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's another opportunity. So mid-July is another time when you have to take a break from Pigeon Forge.
I do. And then I head up there. I've been going up there for the past 6 years almost.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. North Dakota, Las Vegas, and now Pigeon Forge.
Boy, my career is climbing.
Well,
It actually is. I love it here. It
I'm
really
working.
is.
You're talking to people who also work in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, I know.
So keep in
We
mind
joke about
that
it,
Kira
yeah.
and I also work in
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge
We
every
sure
day.
But you know what? Pigeon Forge has been very, very good to me. I love it a lot better here than I did in Vegas.
That's where I was headed with this. What's your take on our
yeah.
community and our Smoky Mountains?
This is much better. It's a better fit for Freddie the Freeloader. There's too many bums in Vegas.
Oh.
I hope they can't hear me because I'll be there too. But no,
Well,
it's
that's 3 hours earlier. I'll have to
Yeah,
watch this on delay, and by
right.
then we'll be home.
They it's and I was there for 10 years. I was out there and I had a successful career there. But I feel more at home here, and it's nicer. I'm closer to my family too. So
Oh, yeah. And
yeah.
are they still in North Dakota?
No. Well, I've got some relatives up there. I've got some in South Dakota, but my kids and grandkids are in Ohio.
Excellent. Oh, that's just up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's less than 5 hours away.
Unless
or,
traffic's
sorry,
bad.
Cincinnati is 5 hours away, so
Yeah.
that's a little more than 5 hours.
That's where they are.
Oh, fantastic. Outstanding. Well, that's very cool. Our boss, Bob, and his family are from Cincinnati as well. So I want to remind you that we've got a lot of entries for these fabulous free tickets for the Red Skelton Tribute
And
Theater.
they're worth every penny.
Oh, yes. Of course they are. Says Freddie the Freeloader. So I'm going to do a last call for contest entries before we do the drawing. A lot of these comments we didn't put through on the screen because, like for example, Jerry Ritchie has commented multiple times, and Wayne and a couple of others, Mary Jane. So if we didn't put your comment through on the screen, that's okay. It still counts because the bosses and our folks at Mountain Fun Life Best Deals will count the number of comments and then let's say whatever to say. Let's say it looks like about 30 or so, and so you can still get in on this. And then they have the computer pick a random number between 1 and 30, and they count down, boom, and that's who wins. So if you want to get in on that, just make any kind of comment on Facebook Live before we wrap up, because in our final segment on the show, I've got to find the Christmas gift that I brought for Kira, which I have dropped on the floor and which is starting to come unwrapped. So I may need a moment to kind of fix the wrapping on that. Because my wife...
I'll close my eyes.
My wife spent all this time last night helping me with it. And by helping me with it, I meant doing it. So,
as you supervised.
Well, not even. I was exhausted. I said, "Could you please help me wrap the present?" And so she did.
It looked really cute.
Yeah.
There's a whole story behind that too, so I'll save that
okay.
for the final segment because I don't want to take any time away from Freddie the Freeloader.
Well, thanks. I need all the time I can get. But yeah, we'd love to have you out. Keep commenting. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm going to comment and see if I can win them.
Well, that's what.
Well, then who would do the show?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it. It's on my bucket list.
Well, surely at some point you've made a video of yourself just for critique purposes.
Yeah, and
So
boy,
how do
do
you-
I critique me.
It must be.
I
I know that's so hard, isn't it? Like when I go
is.
back and watch this show, I'm like, why did I say that?
Yeah,
Same here.
it's the way it is. It's out there now
Yeah.
for millions of people to view it, but it is fun. I do love the Smoky Mountains, the people here. The whole season, they say Merry Christmas here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
It is nice. It is very nice.
But the other thing that is terrific about East Tennessee, and I was listening to this on the podcast, Dolly Parton's America's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Their next to last episode, excuse me, came out this week, and they were talking to a guy who was describing how welcoming East Tennessee is, and it goes back to the early days of the independent streak of folks who settled in East Tennessee, going way back. I'm talking about the Scott Irish when they came in, and then even going on to when the Civil War came around, the folks in East Tennessee, they didn't want anyone to tell them what to do. They stayed Union and had to be coerced into joining the Confederates against their will. So they've got that streak, that just don't tell us what to do streak,
Yeah.
which also means that we as East Tennesseans are accepting of the next person. Because if no one's going to tell me what to do, then I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome in. And that's what I love. And because if you, as a Yankee myself, because I've fallen in love with the area and embraced the area, I find that the community in East Tennessee has loved me back and made me feel extremely welcome.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It's a great community here. You can
As
really
you're a
enjoy it.
native.
I am. I've been saying howdy my whole life.
Well, what's the next one?
Then we've got another nice person. Richard Holland says, looking forward to being in Pigeon Forge for Christmas this year. Bringing the whole family. Would love to see the show.
Nice. Love
Oh,
to have
cool.
them. Absolutely.
And we've
Is
got
it an actual question for Frank?
yes. Frank, will you get a picture with Red?
Sure. I can totally get a picture with Red. Here's what we'll do. Is I can do multiple pictures. I can take a picture. Look at, there you go. There's one of you I'll take on the monitor. And there's one I'll take of all of us on the monitor. All right, and now I'll do there's one. Oh, this is a nice picture with the three of us. Look at us. Oh, actually, I look terrible because I've got the phone in my face. Hello. All right, and then I'll do a selfie like we did with, who do we do a selfie with?
We take selfies all the time, Frank.
But was it last week when we were here? Was it last week I did this? Oh, with the bird.
Yes, it was with the bird.
I had,
You
was
had
his
a
name
selfie
George?
with a bird.
Was his name George?
It-
George, the
it was George.
Moluccan cockatoo,
Yes.
which
Oh.
is very fun to say, super fast. Moluccan
Yes.
cockatoo, because
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had the bird on me, and I had the Parrot Mountain guy and Kira, and it was a lovely picture. So let's go. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
See, my fingers are so
Look at
dry.
that, very festive.
See now. So that's thank you, Julie Smith.
There you
I've
go.
gotten a
Thank
picture.
you.
In fact, we'll do another one at the end of the show or during the
Nice.
break, just like a real one.
Well, excellent. But yeah, come on out, check it out. Check out the memorabilia. We're easy to find if you know where to look.
Well, all right, tell me. If I'm
Yes.
here, or if I'm somewhere in the middle of Pigeon Forge by the island or by the Stampede or kind of in that neighborhood, what do I do?
What you would do is get up to traffic light number 3 on the Parkway. That's traffic light number 3, and you would turn away from Townsend. Don't go that direction.
I have a
on Wears
really
Valley.
dumb question. I never look at the traffic light numbers. I look at the street names.
I don't think it actually has a street name on there. That's the beauty of Pigeon Forge.
Traffic
They do
light
that
number
one.
3.
Yes, it's East Wears Valley Road. Not,
Okay.
Not Wears Valley Road, but East Wears Valley Road.
Then I know what you're talking about. 'Cause
It's
I know
that little street
Here, I'll
that
just do
connects Teaster to the Parkway.
Red Skelton Tribute Theater.
And yeah.
Oh, East Wears Valley Road.
There it is. See?
Here we go.
GPS it.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
and
It
we're
says
in
here
that
I
little
can be
shopping
there,
center. You
and
can-
it's 0.09 miles, less than a
Yes.
mile from here.
You could be there in 20 minutes if you walk.
And sometimes of the year, 20 minutes if you drive.
Yes. If it's during a rod run, it might take you an hour from here. But
Yeah, all right, I can totally
yeah.
do this. Turn
Yeah,
right
yeah.
onto East Wears Valley Road when I'm going out of town.
Yes.
But when I'm coming in toward Gatlinburg, I would turn left on
Yes.
East Wears Valley Road.
Yep, that's exactly right. And we're in that little shopping center, suite number 17. We seat under 100, so everybody's got a great seat.
See, I knew I'd been over there because I
Yeah.
see it's between Teaster Lane and the Parkway. I totally know where this is now.
Yeah.
I was just confused.
And
All
we're
right.
in the courtyard area where the two buildings meet, so sometimes when you're driving, you don't always know where to look. But just stop the car and get out, and
Yeah.
you'll find us.
By Cooters and the
Yeah.
other places that we talked
There's a
about.
nail salon in there, too. We're just to the right of that.
Outstanding.
You've got
Yeah.
a nice theater too. I really
Thank-
liked it in there.
thank you.
I like the big spotlight too.
Yeah, that thing is huge.
Yeah.
It is. It
Yeah.
is unbelievably huge. And it's from, I think Thomas Edison made it.
For a second, I believed you. We have a comment from Diane Miller. She says, would love to win tickets. Brian puts on a wonderful, funny family show.
Nice.
There's an endorsement from a
Yes,
fan.
absolutely.
Well
She's
done.
obviously been there once.
Wants to see it again.
Yes, that is awesome.
Well done.
Yeah, and it'll be changed up for next year. New for 2020. New routines, new
Ooh.
jokes. Yeah.
Well, 'cause Red
Not
has so much
completely.
to work
Yeah,
from, right?
Yeah, he did.
Is everything a Red Skelton original, or do you incorporate and meld and merge
Yeah.
a little bit?
It's an original with incorporations melted and merged.
Because you have to
It
put,
is.
you want to put in the Pigeon Forge angle a little bit. Like you've
little
been doing
bit.
some fun jokes with us
Yes,
about
yeah.
being in the Smokies.
Yeah, and he joked about a lot of the celebrities and the politicians, and it's the same thing today. You
Yeah.
just got to change the names.
Exactly.
It's the same shtick,
Yeah.
just different people doing it. So that's how I'm looking forward to the San Fernando Red, the politician coming, because he
Yeah.
said when I was running for this office, I promised you there wasn't nothing I would do for you, and I've kept that promise. I've done nothing.
Well, outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, Freddie the Freeloader, thank you for joining
Oh,
us.
you're welcome.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
having me.
I have to
Yeah.
take some time for our last segment to do my show and tell and somehow put back together the Christmas gift that my wife and I got for Kira.
Nice, nice.
All right.
It's been an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Well, my wife and I
Yes.
are come over and see you because we would love that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Try to make it before Christmas or before the New Year.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I've got a couple of lighter schedule days coming
Okay.
up. So normally I overbook myself like crazy. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make plans to do some stuff.
Yes.
I can't have free time. It's impossible. I'll be there.
All right, that sounds
My
good. That
first
sounds
available gap in the schedule, I'm filling it in. I'm insane that way, but it makes
Yeah.
me happy.
good.
It makes me
Yeah,
very
I
happy.
kind of have that same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like having free time.
You're smarter than all of us.
Yeah.
All right. And more good comments. Mary Jane also says she's been to see the Red Skelton tribute show with Freddie the Freeloader and all the other characters, Clem Diddlehopper
Yes.
and
Gertrude and
Heath-
Heathcliff. Gertrude and
so
Heathcliff.
those
the
are-
two seagulls, you see.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. One thing I noticed about Red, though, is he would take one hat and put it on one way to be one character and flip it around and be a kid the other way.
Yeah.
It's the same hat, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is. Same
I
hat.
love it.
Yep. Just styled a little different.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're very
I
welcome. Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you so
Appreciate
much.
you having me on here.
Do you want to roll the video while I go try to dig under here for this present, or should I just go get it? Hunter, what do you want me to do? All right, we'll be back with more of Ask Frank Live as questions will continue to stream in for Kira. coming up in just a moment. Thank you again, and don't miss out on getting your name in, because we're about to do the drawing. Probably while we do the roll the video, right when we come back from the video, we'll have a winner's name for these 4 tickets. So if you're in the drawing, stick around. We'll let you know if you win. And this is absolutely last call for Red Skelton tribute tickets. All right, we'll be back with more coming right up on Mountain Fun Life.
Speaking of those places, though, I used to do some really crazy pantomimes back in the day, like crack open an egg and I'd be the yolk. Yeah. But the other one that I still get requests for to this day is the old vaudeville bit of a piece of bacon frying on a hot griddle. So now, for your viewing pleasure, I would like to do for you this old pantomime of a piece of bacon on a hot griddle. Aren't you glad you got front row now? Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Good night.
It is Ask Frank Live on Mountain Fun Life. I'm here with Kira Cupp, Frank Murphy, Kira Cupp, and that was real fun.
That was. He was great.
Brian Thompson in character as Freddie the Freeloader, one of the great Red Skelton characters.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the Red Skelton Tribute Theater and the show, we have a winner for the tickets that we have here. Our winner's name is Mary Jane Russell McGee. So you and 3 other people get to go see the show. Woo!
Or you can go alone 4 times.
Or that too.
You're entirely up to you. So check their website, Red's Tribute Theater website, to get the schedule of upcoming performances. Still have some shows before the end of the year. I think the 28th, he said, was the last day before he heads out west to perform in Arizona and Nevada, and then comes back here in February.
So make sure you message us so that we can give us your address so we can have these sent to you, or you can come pick them up at the studio.
Now, because our next show will be after Christmas. Oh, here's the double-sided tape my wife told me to be careful about. I've got a gift. I brought a gift for you for Christmas. But I also, before that, I'm going to do a little show and tell here with, this is just going poorly. I wanted to show that I got my Christmas card from Dollywood.
You got a Christmas card from Dollywood.
Check that out. That's pretty sweet.
It's Dolly Parton.
That is pretty sweet. And it's from, it's technically from Allie Box in the marketing department, but it's also got a printed,
yes,
not a handwritten, but a printed Dolly signature on there.
This is so cute.
Like stamped on. And then a picture of the train and a picture of the chapel. So I'm just excited. This is the first year that I remember getting a Dollywood Christmas card. So that's really super sweet. I'm excited about that. Put her over there. And they also gave me a cookie, which I'm willing to share with you, provided it doesn't have animal product in it.
See, gelatin.
I don't know, but we can look at that. We can examine the ingredients of that off the air. And then, now this I'm going to bring home to my wife. The Wildwood Grove magnet. I could probably share that with anybody. And the Wildwood Grove coffee mug.
That's a nice mug.
Yeah, it's like a barrel.
Yeah, that's cool. It's so different from usual mug. Oh, and it has a nice fit.
Yeah. And this is the thing my wife wants to keep, is the Wildwood Grove cast iron pan. I think she plans on, I don't know what she plans on doing with it, but...
You could probably fry an egg in this.
Yeah, she had an idea to make mini cornbread, because I guess we've got 2 of these now.
It's
I got
so
another
cute.
one from another place that I can't recall off the top of my head.
Aw.
Does this magnet stick to it?
Does it? Oh, it does. Oh,
Kind of.
sort of.
There you go.
Halfway.
All right. So now we'll move on, since I've thanked Allie at Dollywood for the gracious gifts and especially the Dolly card. That's the winner. So we have, I said I have a gift for Kira, and I needed my wife's help in wrapping it. So she wrapped it for me and did all this stuff, and it looked great until I touched it. I would like to point out that it was fine until the part where I got involved. Because you can see there's like this little toy soldier type
It's so cute.
ribbon that was supposed to be around it. This gold ribbon was supposed to be on it.
It kind of looks like a Christmas tree whenever you...
That's the
I saw
idea.
earlier.
It's supposed to look like a Christmas tree. That's
It's
exactly the idea.
Adorable.
It is adorable. So,
Decent.
and then she goes to wrap it, and I was afraid to ask any questions because I didn't want her to think I was criticizing. But she pulls out this dish towel. And he's wrapping it in the dish towel. I got to the point where I said I couldn't stand it anymore. I said, "Why are you wrapping Kira's gift in a dish towel?" And she said, "Oh, because I went to Kohl's and I bought a bunch of these dish towels to use as wrapping paper, as wrapping for her coworkers. So they're all today getting their, what do you call it when it's like Chex Mix, but it's got chocolate in it, like Muddy Buddies or something like that."
Puppy chow?
Something like that, whatever she's calling it there. So today, I hope you're not watching at work because now I just ruined it. They're getting their Muddy Buddies and whatever else they're getting wrapped up in a dish towel from Kohl's. And I was so relieved because she said, "Why do you think that's she could tell that I was visibly relieved by this. I said, "I was not looking. I swear I thought you just pulled it off the oven rack, where we hang the dish towels. I thought you're not just taking a dirty dish rag and wrapping Kira's gift in it." Because I said I want it to be funny. I want it to look like a tree. I want it to be something that she'd appreciate and enjoy. So Kira, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
I haven't brought yours in yet.
That's okay. I had an opportunity to do all of this. This is why it had to happen now.
Okay.
And I wanted to do it on this show as opposed to on Morning in the Mountains. So please enjoy,
I'm
and Merry
excited.
Christmas to you.
It's broccoli.
Do you like broccoli?
I love broccoli. How'd you know?
I didn't. I was just torn between that and the red and green peppers because they looked so festive for Christmas. But when my wife and I talked about the possibility of wrapping it this away,
Oh my gosh.
or even, so that it looked more Christmassy or bell-shaped.
She wrapped it like a tree, and it's funny because these kind of are trees.
They are. They're broccoli trees. I eat the whole thing all the
I'm
way.
gonna take a bite out of one.
Well, it hasn't been washed yet.
I don't care.
All right. So,
I can get it open. I'll do it later.
it's not that
can
hard.
open.
It's if you want. I guess it is taped. I don't know what my wife Jerry did a fine job. Oh yes, she put some extra tape on there.
You got me broccoli.
Well, I felt so bad last week when we had the bugs and the moon pie and all of these things that you would not put in your mouth because of what else do we have? We had all these weird foods last week,
There were a lot of things.
and you wouldn't eat any of it.
Nope.
So I thought, I feel bad about that. I can fix that
Aw.
for about $2
Thank you, Frank.
or $3 or whatever.
I love my broccoli.
So Merry Christmas to you.
This is a really cool gift, though.
And
Like,
yes, because it's been refrigerated. It's green, Christmassy.
I can have it for lunch today.
You can totally have it for lunch today.
I could put some Christmas lights on it.
And don't, because you wouldn't want to eat it before you go on camera because it tends to get,
That's true, my
in
teeth.
the, not just yours, anybody. It's not just you, it's anyone.
Right.
But that's one of the things we have to be able to tell each other when you're on a show with somebody. You have to be able to look them in the teeth and go, hey, but you do it in a nice way.
Yes, or hey, you've got something in your nose.
You do it privately, not you don't embarrass them in front of everyone else. That's only narcissists do that. Which I'm talking about a lot of people I used to work with in the old days in Los Angeles. They wait. They would notice, this guy's, or Don Geronimo, I'll out you Don Geronimo, he's the kind of DJ who would notice something wrong with you and not deliberately not say anything until he's on the air and then out you. All right, can I say one last thing before we go? I am getting motion sickness from the backdrops. And I thought, I've been fighting it the whole time that Brian was here as Red Skelton, because I'm trying to be polite and look him in the eye. But from my angle, can you take the side camera for a sec? This one over here, if you can. Because if possible, I want you to see that when I looked over at these guys, I'm seeing both screens, okay? So I'm seeing the red snowflakes coming this way. And then when I look that away, where we had the website displayed, it's this green snowflakes, and they're falling at different rates, okay? So as I'm seeing both screens, and I'm looking at Brian as Red Skelton, and I'm looking at you, Kira, to give you the broccoli, I don't get motion sickness in the car. I can read a whole book in the car while my wife's driving. But this is making me, I feel like I'm going to hurl.
Well, just don't look at it.
I can't, I'm not. When I look over here, I'm pretty good. But I mean, I feel like I need to, have my eyes.
Oh, look, Hunter stopped it for
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that is so much better.
It's like time just stopped.
Well, they say that about this show a lot. And on those, with those as our parting words, I think we'll wrap up our final Advent edition of Ask Frank Live. Are we doing a show next week? I'm planning to come in Thursday, which would be our what's Thursday? Let's see, our second day of Christmas, our Two Turtle Dove second day of Christmas show.
Okay.
A week from today. You available?
Of course.
Okay, I want to make sure, because really, if it's just me, no one's going to be able to say, hi, Kira, dear. We get many more comments when you're here. Just saying.
I'll comment and say, hello, Frank, dear.
All right. Well, Julie says congratulations to the lady who won the tickets. That's cool. Gabriel, I guess he's either excited.
He's my friend.
Let's go. Oh, well, all right. He's
Probably
telling
about
us.
the broccoli.
There you have it. All right. Well, thank you all for commenting on the program. I'm delighted that you were with us on the show. Thank you to Dolly and Allie for sending over this lovely card. And enjoy the broccoli.
Thank you, Frank.
And you're allowed to keep the towel, apparently.
I really wanted to. Thank you.
This is how it came up. I said to my wife, do I need to bring back your dish towel so that you can dry dishes? And she said, no, that's from Kohl's. It's part of the gift. So there you go.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas early.
Merry
we'll
Christmas.
Be back with Morning in the Mountains tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Find us on your Roku. Find us on especially if you get a Roku for Christmas, like I hope to get. And find us on YouTube and, of course, Facebook Live, obviously, because we're on Facebook Live. And then we'll be back again next Thursday with the post-Christmas, the second day of Christmas version of Ask Frank Live with prizes of some kind. I'll find something, right?
Always something.
All right. Well, keep an eye on Facebook to find out what it is. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Frank Murphy.
Kira Cup.
For Mountain Fun Life. Talk to you soon.